Greetings, minion survivalists and fellow gamers. This is Silverblade Dagger playing 7 Days to Die, Alpha 12.4, and this is episode 52. Like a deck of playing cards, there's 52 in them. So in this episode, let me just start it off by saying this. I've just made the run from our house in the city, and along the way I was picking through the garbage, because you know, everybody needs hobbies, and guess what I found? The ever elusive steel arrowhead in the trash. So I got pretty darn lucky, if I do say so myself. But yeah, it's just like picking one of these trash bags in the middle of the street, and lo and behold, a steel arrowhead. Most likely I'll make the mold of it so I can replicate them, but I might not be using them so much, since I like the things that go boom. But I figured might as well get it, since it is a rare item. And I wanted to share that with you guys because I know that some people have been saying in the forums, and I've heard people make comments about it in videos, that the steel arrowhead is damn near impossible to find. And I'm inclined to agree. But I found one. So there's hope for you guys yet. For those of you anyway that I haven't found one and is direly looking for one. I tell you what, I'll swap my steel arrowhead for a flawless engine. Sound like a good deal to you? Didn't think so. Anywho, back to the main reason why we're all the way out here anyways. Upgrading the base. What we gotta do is get inside first, because I believe my repair tool is in the basement. Which does no good to me out here with zom nom nom noms. But I'm kind of digging for experience, and that did the trick. So let's get our chat together, and when the game decides to switch over, there we go. Alright, let's get into base. There we go. And down we go. Do not break your ankle, video game me. That sucked. So do not do that. So we can get it from the ladder. Alright, we'll get that. And, well, we can probably ditch some of this stuff anyway. I found another Ammunition Nation book. Can scrap that one though. For now, put the sleeping bag away. Keep that. Put this. Yeah, we'll put that in there. We shall scrap this and this and this. Ta-da! Alright, let's get back out there and let's upgrade this sucker. I think we're pretty good for defense on this. Alright, so in order to get in here, we have to pop that out. Alright, so let's do a little bit of a thing. We have 128 steel, and if I'm remembering things right, each block takes 5 steel. So, yeah. Now, the thing about upgrading these, and you really want to be careful, I've kind of learned this the hard way, and it sucks. But when you go to upgrade any block, and it's using wood, scrap, or in this case steel, if you're on a slow computer like mine, you want to go one block at a time instead of just cruising through. The reason for that is say you get 1, 2, and then say you accidentally click a block over here, it will reset the upgrade dial you know when it starts the next block, even though this one isn't finished, which means you'll be using your resources to do those 2 tap upgrades, and then you go to the next block and then go back, and yeah, you're shorting yourself on resources. So always be extra careful, especially when it comes to the steel, since it's so expensive to make and costs so much to use. Be very careful in your upgrading. Ooh, almost screwed up. Almost didn't practice what I preach. Alright, it's looking good. See how we doing on steel. We had 128 to start. Now we're at 88. And I think we only did 10 blocks. Maybe less than 10. And the last one. Ta-da! And we got 28 steel left. So that would be 5 more blocks that we can upgrade. All that just for that one entire row. So yeah, you got to be very, very careful when you're doing upgrades, particularly in steel. Wood, I mean, it's such a plentiful material, you can kind of get away with making mistakes. Scrap metal, I mean, yeah, but not quite as much. But with steel, yeah, you do not want to slip on that. Just because, like I said, it is damn expensive. Oh, come on. That is kind of the opposite of what I wanted to do. That is what I wanted to do. Come on, place it. Alright. Let's get some of this lawn mowed here. So what do you guys think of my base so far? Do you think it's a good design? I mean, at least in this early stage. Can you suggest anything that could make it better? I mean, obviously the entrance leaves much to be desired, but like I said, it is early stage. But I mean, to justify the steel, I mean that's zombie height right there when they get right up close and personal. I really don't need to upgrade up there with steel. I might do it later when I'm so fat rich with metals that I don't know what to do with myself. But for right now, that's kind of what I'm keeping it at. I do intend to get this layer that's just underneath the soil here. As you can see, it's kind of peeking out there because the zombies may dig into this a little bit. And it's not like the reinforced concrete can't handle it. It's pretty strong stuff. But anywhere that the zombies hit, I want reinforced steel. Steel reinforced concrete, I guess is the name for it or whatever. But you get the idea. Or at least I hope you do. You do not want me to draw you a picture. And just clear this up. Now the reason why I want a lot of this grass gone, I don't know if you picked up on it when I mentioned it in a previous episode, and I do hope you saw the previous episode that I had mentioned this in. I can't remember which episode it was either, but anywho, it's going to have a double ring moat system around the base. So, like, we'll probably have 3 or 4 blocks out this way, and then it'll be a pit, spikes at the bottom, and then 2 layers of water, and then it'll be ground level. The walls and the floor underneath the spikes will be reinforced concrete. The main reasoning for that is visibility. So when the zombies are in the water, I'll be able to see them. So if I so choose, I could shoot them. Although chances are they'll be dead by the spikes. And that's for the innermost moat. Then you got the second, or the one that they're first going to come to. It's going to be one. I think I'll probably just do it 2 deep with water, and it's just going to be a simple trench, maybe 2 blocks wide at the most, all the way around the bunker. And the point for that is to slow the zombies down, so that in my sniper tower, which will extend up through the center and top there, I can shoot them through that, basically just making them easy pickings. So when we get in the base, I'll show you kind of what I have in mind. So you see how we have this frame set up around this hole. This ladder, there's going to be a ladder here. It's going to continue up. I don't really know how high I want to go with it, but it'll have this core type setup, and I'll have it high enough where I could shoot down and not have the roof here obstruct the view. Alright, so that's just what it's going to look like from the top down with the sniper tower. Let's see if I can get down in here without breaking my leg. Ooh, it's looking cool in here. Okay, now for this area here, this is for shooting long range horizontally. So along this plane, along this field of view, approaching zombies will get got, as they say. in the hood, or in the 1990s. I don't know. But yeah, it's for shooting out this way. Now, we don't have anything set up here to stop them from coming up and saying hello. And that's why we're going to have a moat set out 3 or 4 blocks away from the base, completely surrounding it. And that's the one that'll have the spikes. That's going to be the, you come this too far, you are now going to die trap. And then maybe 3 or 4 more blocks out that way, like say around in there maybe, will be the one that's just water, and it's just for me to shoot and kill them from the sniper roost above. And anything outside that first ring, the outer ring, is for bang bang joy. Me shoot them long time. Like so. Cool. Now another thing I am thinking of doing, and I might try doing the experiment in 12.4, or just Alpha 12 anyway, is the log fall trap that I demonstrated at the end of the seasons for Alpha 11. And that's pretty easy to do. See, I don't think I brought any cloth with me. Yeah, I'm not seeing any. Well, I could cannibalize that, but I don't really need to. But anyways, the idea is to make a pillar of awnings, which is just cloth. And then you take wood frames and you kind of build a platform off of it. Say like in the center here, say there's a pillar of awnings, and then you just seal this 3x3 block off, or you could probably even go 5x5, and do that out of wood frames, and maybe put something heavy like stone or logs or just something on top, something that when it hits the ground might roll, and then when the zombies get underneath it, all you really have to do is shoot the bottom block of the awning. And of course, with the game physics, everything will just fall and then tumble. And I want to experiment on that. I want to demonstrate it to see if the zombies will take damage from falling items, even if it's not too terribly high. You know what I mean? I mean, if they're in a cave, obviously they're going to get squished, but I don't know. If it's a crafted material, I don't know if that's going to have the same effect as, like the natural material of rock, as it's been generated by the game. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of looking forward to testing that out. I'm also thinking about, but I'm not really certain, that outside the outer ring, I might just lay down water out here. But as you can see, there's a slight slope, kind of around the base. It kind of slopes up towards it this way, and this way. Even though it is relatively flat, it seems like it's a bit of a slope. So I'm kind of concerned about, alright, it might be 1 deep out to, say, maybe here, but once you get out past that, it might actually end up being like it's 2 deep. 2 blocks deep. And I don't want it too deep. I want it just simply 1 block deep all around. And the purpose of that is solely to just slow the zombies down so I can shoot them. I have a hard time. It's not that I can't do it, it's just a very hard time doing it, especially under computer load, of shooting zombies when they're running. And you probably heard me piss and moan about how slow and pokey my computer is. And you can even see it to a degree. But yeah, it is very difficult for me to shoot running zombies, especially when they're pathing all over the place. You know, kind of doing that whole Benny Hill, all over the place, and you're just like, huh? Yeah, forget it. I think even a person on a top-notch computer has a hard time with that. It's murder for me. But anyway, just gonna clear out the area a little bit. We get a little bit of resources out of this stuff too, so yay. I'm thinking in my next episode, I can't remember what I said I was going to plan to do, you know, from what I said in the last episode, so I'm thinking in the next episode, which I'll probably forget when I do the next episode, but I know that in the future, it is absolutely necessary for me to get into looting. Now, I've done a lot of videos on looting, and I know some of you guys may even be bored of looting all the time. If you're not looting yourselves, you're watching someone else do it, which probably isn't all that entertaining. Or maybe it is, I don't know. But the reason why we really need to get into looting is I really want that motorbike, man. And the only way to get that motorbike going is to get an engine. And the only way to get an engine is to loot it. And as you saw at the beginning of this episode, I looted a steel arrowhead. So, it's top of my list. Now, another thing I want to do is for when I do have the mini bike. Let's see, if we draw a straight line from there to about there, somewhere over in here, I am going to make a cave. And I'm going to have a tunnel running from somewhere over in here, or, well, running from there to somewhere over in here, under this mountain, under this hill. And then I'm going to come up and make an enclosed cave with maybe a 3 square entrance. I don't know. It's got to be wide enough and tall enough that I can get in and out on my motorbike. It will essentially be my version of a survivalist Batman cave. It'll be the Silver Cave. Okay, that sounds kind of dorky. It'll be a cave that will have me on my motorbike jumping out of it at full speed. Hopefully, if all goes right. And it's not too hard to do. Now, I haven't really done anything with a motorbike, so I don't know exactly how that works, and I don't exactly know how well it's gonna jump or get in and out. And I'm thinking that I can seal the entrance with a short waterfall, so that not only is it a cave, but it's a cave behind a waterfall that you jump through on a motorbike. I mean, how badass would that be, right? So that's something I want to do. Whether I'll be able to do it, we shall see. All things in good time. Now, for the sniper tower, The plan is, and of course my plans may change at a moment's notice, but my plan is the 4 corners will be reinforced concrete blocks. The sides, the north, east, south, and west, will be iron bars. And that way I can climb a ladder, except for maybe one side. I think the north side will probably not have that, but because you can't shoot through ladders, the last I knew, which sucks. But yeah, it'll be just a column of iron bars going up as high as it takes to get to the sniper's nest. But this way, if I'm climbing up the ladder and I can't get to the top fast enough, I can look down and shoot through the bars to deal with whatever threat it may be. So it'll add a little bit more leverage, or a little bit more something or other, so I can get in and out of trouble, shoot and kill more zombies, all that good stuff. And that's the plan. The nest itself, oh, it looks like I'm going to be spending the night in here. The nest itself is not going to be too terribly big. I don't really need it to be. And it's just going to be a platform with a little walking ledge around it so I can shoot down through it. And that'll be about it, really. It doesn't need to be too fancy. Now, after that, the plan, watch out for that word plan, you know, is to do the tunnel work and dig into China. Ooh, they bypassed me altogether. But yeah, to do the tunnel work, one to go to the Silver Cave, the Dagger Cave. That sounds a little better, not by much though. But yeah, we'll have a tunnel that goes to the cave, the mini bike garage under rock, and so there will be a tunnel there. If I don't do another tunnel, if I do another tunnel, it might be out that way, and it'll be my entrance and egress. Or in other words, just the way to get the hell in and get the hell out without having to climb over the top, because that will be blocked off at some point. So you understand now what I'm getting at with this. Again, things may change depending on time, resources, whatever curveball the fun pimps throw out when it comes to the next patch or release. This is a lot more low-key than Fortress Maximus was in Alpha 11. A good deal of that is by design. I love that base. It was awesome, but it was a resource hog. And this game is a lot tougher than that game was too. So, you know, that's a factor. But I think we're doing pretty good so far. I mean, hell, look at all the steel we had to use to do all that. Alright. So, not seeing or hearing anything. Alright, okay. Well, I'm going to close this just a hair early. Usually I go to 30 minutes and then decide to stop. But, yeah. If you like this video, please click the like button. If you didn't like this video, click the dislike button. But be nice and tell me why, so I might be able to do something about it, if I deem it worthy. If you were bored, click the dislike button, then the like button. They'll cancel each other out. It's something to do. leave your comments. Definitely leave constructive criticism. I'm a grown boy. I can take it, but at least be useful to others with it. Tell your friends about my videos and share them on Facebook, Twitter, whatever you use. And I would definitely appreciate the essentially free advertising. But I'm just well, I can't say I'm just starting out in this channel, but I'm just starting out in terms of getting an audience together, and I guess in some ways I'm still trying to find my way and making this entertaining and informative. Thank you guys already for those that have left comments. I really do appreciate hearing from you guys, and I enjoy writing back. And I hope that I can be helpful in that regard. So thank you guys for that. But yeah, just subscribe. Keep up to date with all the videos I'm cranking out. And see you later. Twitch.